Alright fellas, I'm going to show y'all how to fletch your own arrows at home. And yes, I'm sitting here at the house on the counter or the bar. So this is my Bits and Burger jig. It's a left hand helical fletching jig. First thing you're going to do, adjust these knobs right here to make sure that your arrow vane is sitting 100% flush against the arrow. So took me a little while to get it adjusted, but you want it to, like, all of it to contact. Okay, so I'm gonna do a 3 fletch configuration. You can do 4 with one of these, or whatever 75 by 105 is, but I'm gonna do a 3 fletch configuration, and I'll show you guys how I do it, and it works for me pretty darn good. So I'm using fletch type platinum and bonding heat vanes. I love my bonding heat vanes. They've always been really durable for me. So I'll fletch a couple of these here, let you guys see what's going on. I mean, most people that are into archery, they know how to fletch their own arrows, but I figured I would do it. So I said I would make a video of building these arrows, but I didn't film the actual process of cutting them and putting in the inserts. So this is hot melt instead of glue. The hot melt is freaking awesome. I wish I would have made a video on the hot melt process, but essentially hot melt is used instead of glue. Hot melt is a glue, but if you mess up a point, you can just heat up the tip of the point. It'll melt the glue. You can replace it. Done, easy and amazing. So let's fletch a couple of arrows. All right, boys. So I'm gonna show y'all how it's done. Gonna do a 3 fletch. So always keep it on the same notch. So right here with these particular vanes, arrows, and all that stuff, and you'll just have to play with it and figure out what your arrow and everything, your configuration wants. So to get mine to sit perfectly flat, I'm gonna go to the second notch up, and then I always like to spin it. And that's 1, 2, 3. So that is a 120 degree fletch. So maybe you guys can see me a little bit better right here. So let's go. My iPhone 14 will be here tomorrow. So this is the last video of the iPhone 13. So less is more. You just want to do your little dab will do you. And I always keep paper towels handy, so I'll let that sit. Now if you're using, like what are they called, tack vanes, with like the accelerator, what I call like the pin, which is the accelerator and all that stuff, you can fletch one of these arrows. Like literally right now I would be finished with this arrow. You can stick it, unclamp it, move it, stick it, unclamp it. So with this stuff, what is the setup time on it? And always, like, you keep your point good and clean, because the narrower you can keep it, the better. I have screwed up and let it like harden in the tip, and then whenever that happens, you got to cut it, and then all of a sudden you got this humongous hole that you're trying to like accurately put glue down with, and it's a nightmare. So clamp time 5 minutes, cure time 48 hours. So I like this glue, don't get me wrong, this stuff is tough if you do it right. So we'll wait the 5 minutes, we'll pull the clamp off, we'll turn it, we'll do one more, and I'll let you guys see just the process. So the reason I go with this glue and these vanes with this particular setup, so if you do knock a vane off, this glue is a lot easier to remove off the shaft than like the tack vanes and such. It doesn't really like burn into the carbon, so you can clean this up. Now you can get wraps for these, but I didn't choose to. I want to do like a light setup, keep it as fast as possible, and so that's why I'm just 3 fletching it. I just shot the bow bullet hole with a bear shaft, so I know we're good tune wise. So we don't need but a 3 fletch. Now on my Black 9 in there that's shooting PS27s, it's a fat shaft. The wind really messes with it, so I'm using like a 2.75 long vane, 4 fletched, and that just helps keep that big fat broomstick of an arrow straight as it flies through the air. Now these, I'm not worried about the wind as bad as I am with the others. So yeah, I'll get back with you guys when this is ready. All right, boys, let's go ahead and put our 3rd one on, and then we're going to do the little finishing dabs is what I call it. This is very time consuming with this glue, but it holds, and it's good glue. I've used it a lot. Remember, less is good, because you don't want to have to go like cleaning up your arrow shafts and stuff like that. This glue don't really run very much, so I always check my jig, make sure you hear that detent click. Boom. 3rd shaft is good. We have a little bit of glue squeezing out. So what I do is I just take my little piece of paper towel. I just kind of lightly damp it up. I mean, it ain't gonna make that much of a difference. It's good. So, all right, after this one sets up, I'll show y'all how I finish them off, and then we'll be done. I got 12 more to do, or 11 more to do. It'll take quite a while, so yeah, let's see how it turns out. All right, boys, so the final fletch. Boom. And there you go. She's done. Now, critical part, in my eyes, is critical. I think it is, at least. I'll take and put a dab of glue. Now, you don't have to do these with like tack veins and stuff. But with these, I definitely put a little dab of glue on the ends and on the front side, and then I'll just dap up any little extra that might have squeezed out. These are actually setting up pretty damn quick, which is good. A lot of it has to do with like humidity, air temperature, and all that stuff. This is the first time I've used this glue in probably a year and a half. I wanted to build a light arrow setup. I need to put this on scale. But yeah, guys, these are the bullets that will be shooting out of my new bow. So I've got 11 more of these things to do, and I'm just going to set them aside. I'm not going to shoot them until probably Sunday or Monday, give them a full cure time. Too many times I've done it. I fletched one, let it sit for an hour, go out and shoot it, because I just couldn't help myself and had to go test it. And guess what? I knocked a vein off. But I've come to find, if you let it sit there and cure, you won't pull these off. These really glue really well. Normally, like I said, I'm a tack vein guy, but the bonding heat's always done really, really good for me. And since the bow's tune is so well, I'm not worried about a 4 fletch, and I'm not worried about a big vein. I'm not worried about a big, something humongous to steer the arrow. So yeah, guys, hopefully you like this video. If you do, make sure to like and subscribe. And I already know I'm gonna get hate, because people are gonna be like, you should have cleaned the shaft with acetone, you should have done this, you should have done that. But I'm doing this for the guys who don't have that stuff. I'm just showing you can do this at home. You can get you a bits and burger jig pretty cheap. Well, a little over $100. These veins, I think, cost me $15 on Amazon. The glue's like $10. You don't have to go to your pro shop and have them re-fletched. I mean, you can if you want, but you can also do it at home. So, just showing you guys how really easy it is to just do your do stuff yourself. Now, normally, in the perfect conditions, you know, I mean, I'll have like some acetone and I'll clean the shafts and all that stuff. But honestly, I've come to find out they hold just as good if you don't use anything. These are these are virgin shafts, so they've never been fletched before. So they don't have any kind of excess glue residue. Now, if they did, I would be using a solvent to clean them. But, you know, yeah. You guys have a good one. Make sure to like and subscribe. We'll see you on the next one.